The following lesson is linked to Learning Outcome 2, Reading and Viewing. It addresses the assessment standard that requires learners to explore and explain key features of texts and how they contribute to meaning in visual, audio, and multimedia texts. Learners should be able to recognize the use of visual, audio, and audiovisual techniques, such as the use of color, dialogue, music, sound, lighting, editing, framing, styles of shot, camera techniques, foregrounding, and backgrounding.
Hi, I'm Megan. In a previous lesson, we looked at the different types of shots that cinematographers can use and the effects that these have. Do you remember them? Let's recap. An establishing or long shot. This establishes the scene and shows where the action takes place. A full shot. Here you can see the whole character. A medium shot. You can see the character from the waist up and observe the body language. A close-up. Here you can see the character's facial expressions. An extreme close-up. Here, the cinematographer has zoomed in on a specific feature. Of course, the degree to which a cinematographer zooms in and zooms out only creates one set of effects. In today's lesson, we are going to explore another set of effects that can be created by using different camera angles. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify and name the different camera angles and comment on the effects that these camera angles create. Let's begin by looking at the most common camera angle that directors use. This camera angle is known as the eye level or neutral angle. Here's a definition. In an eye level or neutral shot, the camera is placed at the same level as the subject. So the cinematographer will hold the camera at the character's eye level, like this. Because this is how we normally look at people, the effect is neutral. There is nothing really special, interesting, or unusual about this shot. The camera angle that's being used at the moment is the eye level or neutral angle. Why do you think this is the camera angle most commonly used on Activate? Well, because the camera is in a neutral or eye level position, you get the feeling that I'm looking directly at you. Sometimes, however, cinematographers want to create more exciting effects. The camera can be placed high up with the cinematographer filming down. This is known as a high angle. Or the camera can be placed low down with the cinematographer filming upwards. This is called a low angle shot. These different camera angles create different effects. Can you think of what these might be? Let's begin by looking at the high angle shot. In a high angle shot, the camera looks down on the subject. So if that's what a high angle shot does, it seems only logical that a low angle shot should do the opposite. In a low angle shot, the camera looks up at the subject. The low angle shot used in this scene makes the character seem large and dominant. So far, we've considered 3 possible camera angles. We began by looking at the eye level or neutral angle. In shots like these, we see the action as we would normally see it. Then we had a look at high angle shots. These film the action from above. Finally, we looked at low angle shots. In these shots, the action is filmed looking upwards. These are the 3 most common types of angles, But there are even more extreme versions of the high angle and low angle shots that are used to create more dramatic effects. An extreme version of a high angle shot is known as a bird's eye view shot. In a shot like this, what you see is the same as what a bird would see if it was flying overhead. Here's a definition. A bird's eye view shot is taken from above the subject. Can you think of examples where a bird's eye view shot would work well in a film? Here are some examples. This bird's eye view shot also helps to set the scene. So that's the bird's eye view shot, a more extreme version of a high angle shot. Now let's look at an extreme version of a low angle shot. This is known as a worm's eye view. A worm's eye view shot is an extreme shot taken from an extreme low angle looking upward. So in this case, instead of seeing the action as a bird would see it, you see it from a worm's point of view. In this case, the camera is placed as low down as possible and the action is filmed from below. A worm's eye view shot exaggerates the effect created by a low angle shot. So buildings or people shot from a worm's eye view would look very impressive and dramatic. In today's lesson, we've learned that while most films are shot using the eye level or neutral position most often, a range of different camera angles can be used to create interesting effects. When you study visual literacy at school, you won't only be expected to name the camera angle that's being used, you will also be asked to comment on the effect that has been created. You'll get to practice this in our task. For today's task, we'll be looking at 2 short clips. For each clip, you should do the following. Identify the camera angle that has been used and explain why it was chosen. Here's our first example. In this film clip, a low angle has been used. Why do you think the cinematographer chose to film the action from this angle? In this clip, a completely different effect has been created. Why do you think the cinematographer chose this shot, and what effect has it created?
The medicine must be taken twice a day. The bone will bring me good luck in my life. But they didn't show me the man.
Well, by now, I hope you've realized that film study can be approached from lots of different angles. Please join me for our next film study lesson. Goodbye.